A federal judge is ordering the Trump administration to facilitate the return of a college freshman back to the United States after she was mistakenly deported to Honduras. 19-year-old Annie Lucia Lopez Belloza was flying home to Houston last November to surprise her family for Thanksgiving. That's when she was abruptly detained by immigration officials at Boston's Logan International Airport. According to her attorney, Lopez Belloza spent a night detained in Texas. She was then put on a bus with shackles on her wrists, waist, and ankles before being put on a flight back to Honduras. In January, a federal prosecutor admitted an ICE officer made a mistake when the government deported her. Now, federal judge Richard Stearns says it's time to own up to it and bring her back to the States within 2 weeks. Writing, quote, "In this unfortunate case, the government commendably admits that it did wrong. Now it is time for the government to make amends." Annie Lucia Lopez Belloza is joining us now. We're also joined by her lawyer, Todd Pomerleau. It's good to see both of you. Annie, I want to begin with you. It's been about 12 weeks or so since this happened to you. So tell me, what has life been like for you away from school and your family?
Hello, it's so nice to have you guys have me on this show. Life has been hard. It just has been a whole roller coaster with emotions. Of course, at the beginning, it was extremely hard trying to adapt to a whole new, different lifestyle. I don't know, it was so difficult. But as time has gone by with like news that I have received, my emotions have just been ups and downs, but right now I am so excited for this news that we received yesterday.
Annie, could you talk a little bit about how much this has disrupted your life? Let's say you are able to come back to the United States, to go back to school where you were studying before. Can you just pick up where you left off?
Yes. When I left off, it was final seasons. It was the most important time for a college student that prevented me from taking my finals. And this whole time now that the spring semester started, I am so glad that Babson has offered me to do the classes remotely. And that's what I have been doing right now, working with my professors with the classes and also trying to see what it's up for me to return back.
Todd, I want to go to you and just break down a little bit of the legal challenges that Annie is experiencing here. So a judge has said that the U.S. government needs to facilitate her return within the next 2 weeks, by the end of February, that would be. But I guess, first of all, has anyone from the U.S. government reached out to facilitate the travel? And I guess I know the answer to that, probably. And then second of all, the government saying that if she does return, that they could arrest her and repeat the process all over again. What is going on here, and how are her rights going to be protected?
Well, thank you again for having us, Elise. And the rights are going to be protected because not only do you have our office fighting this case, I have a bunch of retired judges that have joined the fight. The Yale Law School Rule of Law Clinic, Protect Democracy Project has joined the fight. The ACLU of Massachusetts has joined the fight. And just yesterday, 3 attorneys from one of the biggest law firms in the United States have joined the fight. One of those lawyers has won 16 Supreme Court cases. Her name is Erica Ross, joined by Lee Walesky. And we just have so much to bring here. Aaron Nathan is part of the legal team. So we're ready, willing, and able to continue to litigate the case. But that's beside the point. This has always been about Annie's dream. Annie is a remarkable young woman, 19-year-old college student, full ride to one of the best business universities in the world. We found out yesterday what the judge said is wisdom counsels that redemption may be found by acknowledging and fixing our own errors. He gave them 21 days to fix this error. He referred to it as a bureaucratic fumble. And last Friday, when I had an opportunity to make this right, it basically punted. It reminded me of my beloved Patriots' performance in the Super Bowl. Completely unacceptable, but they can get it right, and we expect them to do so.
Annie, I want to go back in time a little bit for people who may be hearing your story for the first time and who do so often are not able to hear from people who've experienced what you've experienced firsthand. Can you take us back to what it was like for you when you were first approached by these agents in the airport and had no idea what was going to happen next? What do you remember of those moments?
Yeah, when I was told, I was scanning my ticket to board the plane, when they told me, oh, there's something wrong with your ticket, go to customer service. And the fact that I didn't even have time to even talk to the customer service of the airline, because two ICE agents were there when they approached me and telling me that I have to go with them because I have to fill some documents. That already was weird for me. I was like, what documents? Why right now? Why after a whole hour that I have been here? Why now? Until they were like, come. And then I was like, well, I have to be on my plane right now. If not, I will miss it. They were like, oh, I don't think you're even going to be on that flight. That right there, it already gave me the idea that this is ICE. And the only thing I could tell myself to do is I just, if I resist, it was going to go bad for me. So.
Todd, I'm wondering if you could explain what the consequences for the government might be if they do not do as the judge told them to do. And I ask in part because the judge's order doesn't punish or fine the government, as it gives until February 27th to facilitate Ani's return to the United States. Will that be enough to ensure Ani's swift return so she can go back to her normal life? What happens if that deadline passes?
Well, the judge gave them 14 days after giving them 21 days. So that's a 5-week period of time to get this right. Now, this is a court order, just like the last court order that was violated. And we spent 2 months figuring it out, that it was a mistake. At first, we thought this was purposeful misconduct by the government. But we got a rare apology in court by the Trump administration. They said they apologized, that it was a mistake. Apparently, an ICE officer didn't know how to read an email that had a court order attached that said, don't deport Ani from the United States of America. And they flew her to Texas and deported her the next day. So enough is enough. Bring her back. She has an application pending right now to get her a green card that protects her rights. She has other applications that we are ready, willing, and able to file on her behalf. She is among the best of the best that I've met in my life. She's not the worst of the worst. They can make this right. And if they violate this court order, FAFO.
Ani Lucia Lopez Belloza and Todd Pomelo, thank you both for being with us.